Welcome to the Bad Bosses channel. We are your voice to tell the stories that you cannot. Almost everyone has worked for a bad boss at some point, but many have not told their story. This is their time to shed some light on what their job was really like. What would you do if you were in their situation? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video to ensure you get to hear the head-shaking stories that are yet to come. Samantha had always been ambitious, and she had worked hard to climb the corporate ladder. She was thrilled when she landed a job as a marketing executive at one of the top companies in the city. However, her excitement was short-lived when she started working for her boss, Andrew. At first, Samantha thought that Andrew was just a tough boss. He was demanding and often pushed her to work long hours. However, as time went on, Andrew's behavior became increasingly aggressive. He would shout at her in meetings and belittle her ideas. Samantha often found herself leaving work in tears. Despite the mistreatment, Samantha kept quiet about Andrew's behavior. She was afraid of losing her job, and she didn't want to be seen as weak or incompetent. However, her mental and emotional health were taking a toll. She felt constantly anxious and depressed, and she started to doubt her abilities as a marketer. One day, Samantha had had enough. Andrew had called her into his office to discuss a new project. As she presented her ideas, Andrew interrupted her and began to criticize her work. He called her ideas idiotic and told her that she was lucky to even have a job. Samantha felt her cheeks flush with anger and embarrassment. She took a deep breath and said, "Andrew, I don't appreciate the way you're speaking to me right now. I expect to be treated with respect, and that's not what I'm experiencing right now." Andrew was taken aback by Samantha's response. He had never heard her speak up before, and he didn't know how to react. He stammered for a moment before muttering an apology and dismissing Samantha from his office. Samantha felt a sense of relief wash over her as she walked back to her desk. She had finally stood up for herself, and it felt empowering. However, she was also worried about the consequences of her actions. She wondered if Andrew would retaliate against her or if she would lose her job altogether. Over the next few days, Samantha noticed a change in Andrew's behavior. He seemed more subdued, and he didn't shout at her during meetings anymore. Instead, he would nod and listen to her ideas. Samantha wasn't sure if this was a genuine change or if Andrew was just trying to save face after their confrontation. Despite the temporary improvement, Samantha knew that she couldn't continue to work under Andrew's leadership. She began to look for new job opportunities, and she spent her free time networking and polishing her resume. It wasn't long before she received an offer from a competitor company. The salary was higher, but work-life balance was better, and most importantly, the company culture was built on respect and collaboration. On Samantha's last day at her old job, Andrew called her into his office. She braced herself for another round of insults or belittling comments. However, to her surprise, Andrew was apologetic. He told her that he had realized how poorly he had treated her and that he was ashamed of his behavior. He thanked her for speaking up and for forcing him to confront his own behavior. Samantha was taken back by Andrew's words. She had never expected an apology, let alone one that was so sincere. She forgave him, and she left the office feeling a sense of closure. Looking back on her experience, Samantha knew that she had grown as a person and as a professional. She had learned the importance of standing up for herself and setting boundaries. She had also learned the value of working for a company that respected and valued its employees. She was grateful for the new job opportunity, and she looked forward to starting fresh in a new environment. Comment below if you feel this story was handled correctly. Want to share your story of a bad boss? Email us your experience at story@bad-bosses.com.